When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now what am I supposed to do?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yep,
what could it
looks
mean?
like it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I find a bookstore, get bored and leave. There's some leaves right there. What's wrong? Okay. What? What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
Is
door
this
on
still
his
part
left.
of the... I'm so confused! Is this part of the last one? What's going on? I'm gonna go to the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room.
Yes, it's a very nice
what a
room, I get
beautiful
it.
room, but eager to get back to
All right,
business,
I'll go
Stanley
through the
took
door.
the
I'll
first
just
open
follow
door on
you
his
though.
left.
Here, I guess.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
I already
walked
did
straight
that.
ahead
That's
to the opposite door, and got back on track.
What's down here? Is this openable? Nope. I'm gonna get out of here eventually. It's this room again.
Yet there was not a single person here
Wait,
either.
what?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
Oh,
to his
this
boss's
just
office,
loops around
hoping
to
he
the other
might find an
place.
answer
Damn
there.
it. I guess I'll go down the stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Nope.
boss's office.
Going down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
I already
economy,
know he's not
why had
here.
he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet
Oh
when he
my
looked
God.
down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Are they
No,
repeating?
Stanley said to himself, this is all
No, this
too
is
strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
What's going on?
I'm
Oh, it is
dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream.
That's what I thought the first time.
What a relief Stanley felt
it doesn't
to have
seem to be
finally
like
found
that.
an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Boring?
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
That job was
So,
amazing
he
until you
imagined
ruined
himself
it.
flying and began to gently
What?
float above the ground.
Am I dreaming? What's
Then
going
he
on?
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
What?
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and
You
thinking?
tell me.
Now the
You're the
voice was
voice.
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
This is
I'm
really
dreaming
meta,
about a voice
Giles.
describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
What?
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact
I don't
a
know
dream.
if this is a
Did the
dream
voice
or
not see him
not. What's
float
going
amid the
on?
magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Oi!
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the button.
Don't tell me what I want, Giles.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
What? Nope. That didn't work.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I? Oh, God.
Everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What, now I'm a woman?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, last time I died. Let's see what I can do this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't
Stanley
know.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Something tells me that it's not a missed memo. Something, by that I mean all of the previous attempts.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure, I'll go to the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Just like
Feeling
every
a
time.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What's in the... Oh my god, a broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I want a broom. Can I just stand in here?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Screw you, Giles. I do what I want. I'm just gonna
It was
sit here.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh my god.
Are you really still in the broom
Yes.
closet? Standing around doing
I'm
nothing?
sitting around doing
Why?
nothing, Giles.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to. I think you're going to be confused. And I'm gonna sit here, enjoying
You do
your...
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it
Nope.
didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
You probably shouldn't have
I
written
never would
it.
have thought to mention it.
There's some wire here. Spool of wire.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I am gonna say that. The room closet.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid.
Oi!
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid
That's
he
not
is.
very nice
That
of
or
you.
with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's only partially true. I'm only addicted to hookers.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm dead.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your
What?
body is taken care of before it begins
I'm not
to
dead.
decompose.
You lunatic.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead.
What is
Or she has
this?
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
What the
So that
fuck
the
is
irony
this?
and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No. I'm standing here. Damn it. Say something more, you bastard. Fine. You win. I'm bored.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before
I'm
you.
the same person, you idiot. Okay, where do I go from here?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Fine.
to his boss's office.
I'll go upstairs. Jeez. Can I go through here? Executive bathroom. Oh. He gets his own bathroom? That's fucked up. Nothing. Can't go through there either.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
I'm
human
absolutely stunned.
life. Shocked,
What is this?
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's
What was it,
desk
85,
guarded the
24?
terrible
Was
truth
that it?
that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an
284.
extra secret PIN number. 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
I wonder if I could have
He
fallen down
stepped into
there.
the newly opened passageway.
Okay, I guess we'll go down here to the flying control facility and do all that again. Oh, it's not the end is never anymore. What's... this game is so confusing. I can't figure out what to do to get the different endings. Some of them are so weird. It's amazing.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Yeah?
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
What, I haven't
to
been
question
doing
the
that?
nature of his job.
Well, I
Why
like
did he
my
feel
job.
this now, when for
The button
years
pressing
it had
is
never
very
occurred
fun.
to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope, I'm going this way. Says escape right there.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley
You are a
would meet
liar,
his violent
Giles.
death.
Nope. This is a really long hallway.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Is there an end?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. What you gonna do about it? What's in here? What is down here? Whoa, am I dead? You liar! I'm not dead. What am I? What am I
As the
in?
machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to
Whoa!
his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned, willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh crap! What the hell?
"Farewell,
Oh.
Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the
There's a new
enormous metal
narrator.
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Not that instantly. Whoa! Okay. Where am I now? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I have absolutely no idea. Where
When
am I?
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead
Whoa.
from the moment he hit start?
Wow. Is this the game developers, like, can't really type game developers things. That's crazy sauce. What are these? The Office, okay. The two doors, right? This is strange. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? Whoa. Oh, it's random questions. Will the game feature capybaras? What? Who asked something like that? What is the difference between a duck? Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to... Are you gay? Dink dunk. Well, playing the Stanley Parable helped me make friends. I don't have any friends. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it is, what is the message for today? What the shit? This is so weird. The Lounge, an early version of The Lounge. I'm watching a trailer for a game inside the actual game. Does it have sound? Is there any any sound in this? I can't tell. Right, well, I'm getting bored of this place. I think I need to leave, and some of this stuff is really weird. Oh, finally.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I need to get out of here.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...